My name is Justin Hui. I am an artist based currently in Hong Kong. My project is about my grandmother. Her name is Poon, who has lost all her memory and is unable to remember her past. In the apartment that she used to live in, she left behind a suitcase full of photos and documents which she has collected for many years. Photography becomes a way of not really documenting what's there, but to retrace her memories, to imagine what could have happened to her in the past. So when I look through her suitcase and the photographs, I try to see what is interesting about her life, and they become starting points for where I begin to shoot in Hong Kong, what I photograph, what are the things or objects or motifs that remind me about her. This is where I've taken a lot of photos of the ocean because they reflect the time when she was still a teenager and swam into Hong Kong at night. Back then, a lot of people would swim into Hong Kong to build a new life here. So I ended up going to the ocean a lot to find her in the ocean, in a sense. But then to also imagine what it was like for her to be able to swim into Hong Kong in the middle of the night on a full moon. The act of searching for her memories becomes the narrative itself. Not just about my grandmother, who is the protagonist of this project, but also the act of me searching for her past then determines the structure and the narrative of how I sequence with my photos, which photos I select. And a lot of it then has to do with why did she come to Hong Kong? How did she build her life here? And also, why did she start losing her memory? 唔記得。
記啊，好後生唔記得啊。
你而家幾多歲啊？
而家80歲啊。
80歲啊？呢個可能你係20歲嘅時候，已經60年咯。I feel like because she's built most of her life in Hong Kong, after the loss of her husband and all her sons leaving to the United States, that the sense of loss is really the reason why she starts to lose her memory. And so loss becomes a theme, which I feel is also very common in Hong Kong because it's a city that changes so quickly. Buildings get demolished, people leave, people come and go. So this sense of disappearance or loss becomes a very common theme, not just in this work, but for many Hong Kongers. The final output of this project is a series of letters where I have a lot of images that I've curated and selected, as well as writings that I've written, such that maybe one day, if she's able to read again, she can then remember her past, knowing that her grandson has searched for her memories in her past and collated all these documents together in such a way that tells her something about herself, as well as my act of searching for her memory. The project is really not just about my grandmother or myself, but it's actually a story that is relatable to many people in Hong Kong. So in a way, this project is a portrait about Hong Kong through the lens of my grandmother, who is unable to remember. 希望我可以記得你，同埋你可以記得我，你嘅孫，好唔好？好。